What if I told you that everything you knew about New Year resolutions might actually be holding you back instead of helping you achieve your goals? Yeah, that sounds crazy. But stick with me, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how ditching New Year resolutions actually changed my life in 2024 and how it can change yours too. Hey guys, it's been a while and I missed you guys a lot. Anywho, hi, my name is Bethel. Welcome to my channel. I haven't posted like a full-length video in what, 2 years. I know it's been crazy since we sat down like this to actually talk, and trust me, I missed you guys the whole time I was gone. And while I want to give you guys the full rundown of everything that's been happening, life got in the way. Like, things happened, work became workier, school became schoolier, everything became busy. I could not find the time to sit down, make a video and post for you guys. But I am back now and I'm going to share with you all the gems I've learned, starting with what made 2024 a game changer for me. As long as I can remember, growing up, I always knew, okay, New Year is about to start. I have to bring out my notepad. I have to start writing things I'm going to accomplish this year. New Year resolutions, everybody does it. Everybody does it, or at least we do in our head, even if we don't write it down. But I was the visual person, I would always write it down. So I decided to start assessing at the end of every year. Okay, this year is coming to an end. What have I achieved? Let me check off, my little notebook that I filled up at the start of the year. Let me go back through it and actually check off things that I've done. And guess what? I'm trying to check off things and I'm like, did I actually do this? The answer is no. I'm like, And then I go to the next thing. Did I do this? No. Okay. Did I do this? No. And then out of like the 10 things I have on my list, I began to see that I would only check off like 2 things or like nothing at all. Like the main important goals that I really wanted to work on that year, I end up realizing that I probably started them for like the first week of the year and I did not even remember that I set those goals. Of course, you end up being disappointed in yourself and you're like, okay, next year for sure, I'm going to do this. Is it just me? I'm 100% sure I'm not the only one who has done that. So you guys know what they say about insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So 2023 was ending and I'm like, what can I do that could possibly work for me in 2024? How can I end the year not disappointed in myself? How can I break free from this whole resolution trap that never actually gets fulfilled? So I decided to do something different. I did not set any New Year resolutions in 2023. For 2024, I did not set any New Year resolutions. Instead, I decided to focus on smaller, flexible goals throughout the year. Yeah, I didn't just sit one day and write in my little notebook what I wanted to accomplish for the year. Instead, I decided to set smaller, very flexible, very achievable goals throughout the year. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer because 2024 has been my most accomplished, most fulfilling year that I've had in a while. Probably the best year I've ever had. So you see, just like probably you watching this video, every year, January I used to feel the pressure. Okay, set goals, set goals, set goals. If you see me clicking on my thing right here, I'm clicking my iPad because I have notes and I'm trying to make it not dim out on me. But anywho, come January every year, I would feel this pressure to make big resolutions for the year because I have 365 days to achieve these big things that I'm going to write for myself. But by February, I'm already feeling like behind. Like if I sign up for the gym, by January 5, I'm not going to gym anymore. So just little things like that I would set, and before the first month of the year, I'm already like way behind on what I said I was going to do, which honestly was very discouraging. But here is why those big resolutions don't work. First of all, it's very overwhelming. While I am all for setting goals, sometimes setting big goals is not for everybody. Setting big goals, for me particularly, can be very daunting and you don't even know where to start. And this can lead to procrastination because I'm like, okay, hey, I'm going to sign up for the gym today. That, to me, to me, that's a big goal. I know you gym girlies and gym guys, gym bros, you guys got it. That is not me. Going to the gym is a very big goal for me. So if say I'm like, okay, in 2025, I'm going to go to the gym and I write it down in my notebook, not even planning how I'm going to take myself to the gym, not planning like a schedule, that can get very overwhelming for me. Then I'm going to end up procrastinating. I'm okay, next week I'm going to go. Okay, on Monday I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to go at 8 a.m. today. Like, it just ends up being procrastinated and that can become very overwhelming for me. So that is one reason why, those don't work. They lack flexibility because, as you guys know, life is very, very uncertain. And if you make rigid resolutions that doesn't leave room for flexibility, this can also lead to it being overwhelming and this can make you not achieve those resolutions that you set. Another reason reason why New Year resolutions don't really work out for me is because they focus more on the outcomes instead of the progress. Because okay, you're starting the year out, you're like, okay, by the end of the year, by December 31st, I have to be fit, I have to have abs, I have to have a big bum. But then they're not actually accounting for the challenges that this might present. It's not accounting for the progress. And if you don't hit the mark exactly where you want it to be, you end up feeling like a failure, like, hey, I didn't achieve exactly what I wanted to achieve. That is what resolutions does to me, and probably you too, and that's probably why you're watching this video. Now, this time I tried a new approach. So instead of focusing on individual days, I worked in weeks instead. This way I was able to streamline the year and make it a little bit smaller for me. So instead of saying I have 365 days to do this, I'm like, hey, I have 52 weeks to do this. Hey, I have 3 quarters to do this. This way, when I make those little goals, it doesn't seem that hard to achieve, because I'm like, hey, I have 52 weeks to do this. Instead of every day counting, it's every week now. It's every quarter making it. So it made that very achievable for me. For example, setting a goal for the next quarter or the next 4 weeks made it more achievable than setting a goal for the next year ahead, if that makes sense. So this really helped me see my results as they come. They help me manage and adjust as needed instead of waiting for a whole year to see results. I started to see results a lot sooner, because then I'm actually taking out time to plan out and see the progress of these goals being achieved. Now I want to share this approach with you because I know how overwhelming resolutions can be. I've lived it. Whether it's career, hobbies, it's always been known that setting smaller, realistic goals always lead to bigger results and bigger wins. Okay, now, so let me explain to you guys why I've been away. I actually made a whole video about it, and then my laptop got... I'm going to tell you guys a little side story, which is not part of the video, but I put my laptop on my car and I drove off, and I had my files saved on my laptop. So this is my sign to not save all my files on my laptop. All my vlogs from all my trips I was going to share with you guys are on the laptop, and I lost it. Also the video explaining why I had been away. But long story short, I was away because I had to juggle work, school, family life, my businesses, because I did open another business, and all of these things were a little too overwhelming that I didn't have enough time to focus on YouTube. But now, with being away, I can say the break really helped me like refocus, and now I am back. Even though I lost the video I made explaining why I was gone for such a long time. It was like a 10-minute video, but I can't even start explaining again, so I will not be making that video again. But just know that I am back and I'm ready to share you guys everything I've learned and how being on that break like shaped my journey. I'm not going to force it, I'm just going to do it as it comes. So I will try to be as consistent as I can be, but I'm not going to push it. If I'm reaching my breaking point, I will not post, but I am going to try to be as consistent as I can be. I know you're probably wondering what my goals for the new year are. Well, nothing. That's the fun part. I get to do anything at any point in time I want without making like a big deal out of it. So while I am not making resolutions, I do have things planned in my head that I do hope to accomplish, but I am not putting a strain on myself. I will take it as it comes, set those smaller goals like I spoke about, and just see how it goes. Again, life happens. Don't put too much pressure on yourself by making big goals that are not achievable. Again, big goals work for some people, but if you've tried it over and over and over again and it's not working, it's probably time for a change. Now here's another thing. You probably set New Year resolutions last year and you probably didn't achieve all of them. That's okay. Don't think too hard about the goals you did not achieve. Instead of using it as weight that's holding you back, use it as learning experiences to see how you can do better this year. Why wait for a new year to start something new? Every day is a new day to start something new. It's a new opportunity to start something new. So you don't have to wait for a new year to start that resolution you have planning. You don't have to wait for a new week to start that. You don't have to wait for a new day. Why not just start now? Why not just start today? Just do it. If you have a goal or a dream in your heart, start today. Start small, start messy, but just start. You know what the best part is? You're already ahead of where you were yesterday. Before I wrap up, I'm going to leave you some practical tips that help me stay on track. I'm going to be looking at my iPad right here because I have them written down. The first thing is to celebrate the small wins. Even the tiniest bit of progress is worth celebrating. It keeps you motivated. I can't even begin to count the amount of little things I accomplished last year, which I made a big deal out of. I didn't have to tell anybody about it, but deep down I celebrated those things and I felt like it was a big deal to me because it was a big deal to me. Number two, be kind to yourself. Life happens. It's okay to adjust your plans. Just because your plan is set back like a week or 2 weeks doesn't mean you failed. It's okay to adjust your plans and start again. Time block your priorities. Schedule time for your goals like you would for like a meeting. Like if you had an important meeting, you're going to block out your calendar for it, right? If you have a goal, do the same thing. Block out your calendar for those goals. Make them achievable. Number four, find your why. It's almost pointless to accomplish something if you don't have a drive for why you're going to do it. If you don't know your why, sometimes it just puts you in this spiral because you're doing something and you don't know why you're doing it. Finding your why is going to give you the push that you did not know that you needed. Like I said before, this is the biggest thing. Break your goals into chunks. Focus on weeks, months, quarters instead of years or days. This makes your goal look more achievable because you can see it happening in less time than you would have if you had planned it for like a whole year. Imagine planning it for 52 weeks as opposed to 500 as opposed to planning it for 365 days. It's more achievable when you when you make it look smaller than it is. Number six, best tip of all. Not the best tip. I've given you guys some gems. This is not the best. One of the best, one of my favorites, but start anytime. You don't have to wait for next week Monday to start. You don't have to wait for the 1st of January to start. You don't have to wait for the 1st of July to start. Just start anytime. If you have a goal, take note of it and start anytime. There's nothing special about starting on a Monday. There's nothing special about starting on the 1st of the month. It is just a new day. Number seven, stay connected. Surround yourself by people who inspire you. One of the major goals I achieved last year was getting a promotion that I have wanted for a long time. Now, when I was preparing for my interview, I didn't just lock myself in a room. I reached out to mentors. I reached out to a lot of people. I had a lot of mock interviews. I want to say, I had 7 different mock interviews. Could I have done it by myself? Yes. But I reached out to people who I knew were going to inspire me, people who were going to look at my mistake. It's okay to have mentors. It's okay to have some people you can turn to when you actually need their help. For me, that was very helpful. Build a network of people who inspire you. Stay connected. I hope these tips I share resonate with you and helps you as much as they helped me. So what's next for you? Are you ready to ditch those overwhelming resolutions and start afresh this year? Start with smaller goals, start with accomplishable goals. Or are you just going to pick out a notebook and write resolutions like you have every year and have not accomplished? Well, that's up to you. All I can do is put out the gems there. If you want to use it. But let me know in the comments if you have already tried this approach, if you plan on trying this approach, if you think I'm just yapping, because everybody's entitled to their opinions. But just let me know what you thought about this video and if you'll be trying some of these tips I shared in this video. If you have already tried this approach, I would love to hear your experience. How did it work out for you? That brings us to the end of this video. If you have not subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when I post any new amazing videos, because trust me, I have a lot of amazing videos planned out for you guys. Okay, that'll be it for this video. I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you for being here. Let's make this year, not just this year, let's make today and every day a chance for a fresh start, a chance to chase our dreams and become everything we wanted to be, a chance for a good day, a good month, a good week, a good year. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.